you to this session on machine learning. In this video, we are going to discuss about introduction to machine learning. Very first question is, what is the importance of machine learning? Machine learning is one of the most important aspect of artificial intelligence, and it is a subfield of artificial intelligence. Importance of machine learning in artificial intelligence is machine learning is used in artificial intelligence. Now second question arises, what is machine learning? Machine learning can be defined as it is a method through which you can feed a lot of data to machines and make it learn. In simple words, we can say that machine learning is a technique in which we feed a lot of data to machines and make it learn and complete their task by its own. Machine learning focuses on getting machines to make decisions by feeding them data. We are actually unaware that we are using machine learning in our day-to-day life. Some of the real-life examples of machine learning is social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, etc. These applications completely based on artificial intelligence and machine learning. In these kind of platforms, machine learning can be used as all the auto tagging features and facial features you see in Facebook and Instagram. There is only machine learning behind it. Another most famous machine learning example of machine learning is self-driving car made by Tesla. These cars can automatically detect any obstacle or objects without human intelligence. Another real-life example of machine learning is Netflix. Netflix developed a personalized movie recommendation for its users. The things we love are automatically appears in front of us. These all done by the machine learning. Google Predict search engine is also a very good example of machine learning and artificial intelligence. Machine learning plays an important role in our day-to-day life. Machine learning is classified into three major types. The first type of machine learning is supervised learning. Second type of machine learning is unsupervised learning. And the third most important type of machine learning is reinforcement learning. Different types of machine learning. This is one of the most important concept in machine learning. There are three different types of machine learning. First one is supervised learning, second is unsupervised learning, and the last one is reinforcement learning. So we will go one by one. First one is supervised learning. Supervised learning is a technique in which we teach or trains the machines by using data which is well labeled. Let us consider an example. We all need guidance to learn how to drive a car. So our teacher who teach or train us always give guidance about brake, race and steering systems. Similarly, you can think of supervised learning. It requires guidance. The labeled data set is teacher that will help or train you to understand the patterns in the data. The main thing about supervised learning is labeled data or guidance. Basically, we are providing data to the machines by using labeled data. Provided information to the machine and then machine will react on the basis of that information. This is exactly known as supervised learning. One more important thing to note that here is that the output that you get by using the supervised learning is also labeled output. Now let us move on our second type of machine learning, that is unsupervised learning. So now question arises, what is unsupervised learning? This is a technique or a method in which training of machines by using unlabeled data and machine acts on unlabeled data or information without any guidance. As the name indicates, unsupervised learning means training of machines without supervision. In simple word, we can say that you do not need to provide any information to the machines. Machine will react on its basis of intelligence. This is known as unsupervised learning. Let us understand with an example. A machine identify fruits on the basis of color, shape, size, and weight. For example, apple can be recognized as it is a red in color and small in size and round in shape. Remember one thing, the during this process machine identify the features of the fruit without any label data, and then machine will recognize apple fruit automatically. So the important thing here is that you need to know in unsupervised learning is that you are gonna feed the machines unlabeled data. Now let's move and discuss our last type of machine learning, that is reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning is different as compared to supervised and Unsupervised learning. Reinforcement learning is defined as an agent is put in an environment and he learns to behave in the environment by doing some actions and observing the rewards which is get from these actions. In simple words, we can say that when we go on random place, after some times we learn how to live on that place. We explore the environment and understand the things like food, climate, etc. This is exactly reinforcement learning is. Reinforcement learning is used in advanced machine learning areas such as self-driving car by the Tesla. In this type of machine learning, an agent has to explore by itself without any training. Different types of machine learning algorithm. Basically, machine learning algorithm is classified into three different types. One is supervised learning algorithm, unsupervised learning algorithm, and reinforcement learning algorithm. Let me discuss about supervised learning algorithm. There are seven different types of supervised learning algorithm. First one is linear regression, second one is logistic regression, third is decision tree, fourth is random forest, fifth is naive Bayes classifier, sixth is support vector machine, and seventh is k nearest neighbor. We are going to discuss all these seven algorithm one by one. Let me discuss our first algorithm, that is linear regression algorithm. Linear regression algorithm is a supervised learning algorithm. This algorithm is used to predict the possible outcomes of the given input. This algorithm draws a relationship between input variable and output variable. Dependent variable is denoted as y and the independent variable is denoted as x. As shown on the screen, generally input variable is known as independent variable and independent variable and output variable is known as dependent variable. The important thing here is to note that the dependent variable y is always going to be continuous variable and independent variable x can either be continuous or discrete variable. Let us take an example to understand this linear regression. Let's assume that you want to predict the price of the gold over a period of time. Here we use the linear regression. Dependent variable is the gold price which we want to predict and the period of time is independent variable. Independent variable is our input and dependent variable is our output, that is the gold price. So the formula used in linear regression is as shown on the screen. Y is defined as the dependent variable, beta naught is the y-intercept and beta 1 is equal to slope, whereas x is defined as the independent variable and e is the error, the logistic regression. In our previous lectures, we discussed about the linear regression. The main difference between the linear regression and the logistic regression is linear regression is used to predict a continuous quantity, but logistic regression is a machine learning algorithm which is used to predict the categorical value. Here, categorical value means the output of the logistic regression can be yes or no, 0 and 1. Now the question arises, how we can use the logistic regressions. Let's understand this concept with an example. Let us consider a small scenario. You want to predict the climatic conditions, like whether tomorrow will be rainy day or not. To predict this, the climatic conditions, here we can use the logistic regression. So based on the past data, you can use logistic regression to foresee the outcomes. Logistic regressions will allow you to analyze the set of variables to predict the categorical outcomes. So output of the logistic regression will be in terms of yes or no. Logistic regression is a method which is used to predict a dependent variable of y given an independent variable of x such that dependent variable is a categorical value, which means it can hold the values like yes or no, 0 and 1, true or false. Now I will explain more about this in a depth in a while. In order to understand how logistic regression works, first look at the linear regression equation. This was the linear regression equations that we discussed in our previous lecture as shown on the screen. Here y stands for the dependent variable that we need to be predict. B0 is a y-intercept, B1 is a slope, and x here represents the independent variable that is used to predict y. E denotes as the error. Logistic regression is derived from the linear regression. Now, so the formula used in the logistic regression is shown on the screen. According to this formula, independent variable is x, y is dependent variable which is a categorical variable, and here we need to predict an dependent variable, that is y, given an independent variable of x. Third type of supervised learning algorithm, that is decision tree. Decision tree is one of the most simple algorithm. In our previous lectures we discussed about linear regression, which is a regression algorithm, and logistic regression, which is a classification algorithm. Now we are going to discuss about our third type of supervised learning algorithm, that is decision tree, which is again a classification algorithm. Our first question is, what exactly a decision tree is? Let me explain this concept in easy and effective manner. Decision tree is a supervised learning algorithm which look like an inverted tree. In this tree, root nodes, leaf nodes are used to take decisions. In decision tree, each node represents a predictor variable and link between the nodes represents a decision, and each leaf nodes represents an outcomes as shown on the screen. Let me explain this concept with an example. Let's say you hosted a huge party and you wanted to know how many of your guests are non-vegetarian. To solve these problems, you can create a decision tree. According to this decision tree, eat chicken is a starting or root node, and eat mutton, eat fish is another node known as internal nodes, and the last node is non-vegetarian and vegetarian, that is the leaf node. So as we traverse down the decision tree, we find out our answer automatically. This is known as decision tree. Let me show you the working of the decision tree. As we pass down the decision tree, our first variable is eat chicken. If guest eat chicken, then guest is a non-vegetarian, and if not, our next variable is eat mutton. If guest eat mutton, then guest is a non-vegetarian. Otherwise, our next variable is eat fish. If guest eat fish, then guest is a non-vegetarian. If no, the guest is a vegetarian. This is how a decision tree works. It's simple and effective algorithm in machine learning. Another question is, what is the structure of decision tree? Let me explain you the structure of decision tree. The root node is the starting point of the decision tree. Root node is assigned to a variable that is very significant, meaning that variable is very important in predicting the output. After that, we have something known as internal nodes. So each internal nodes represents a decision point that eventually leads to the output. Last node is known as leaf node. It is also known as terminal nodes. Branches are nothing but the connection between the nodes. These connections are link between each nodes is known as a branch. So this is a structure of decision tree. It's pretty understandable. Now let's move on and we will understand how the decision tree algorithm works. There are many ways to build a decision tree, but most common, and I will be focusing on ID3 algorithm. That is one of the way in which you can build the decision tree. ID3 stands for iterative dichotomizer 3 algorithm, which is one of the most effective algorithms used to build a decision tree. Now the ID3 algorithm has around 6 defined steps in order to build a decision tree. So the first step is you will select the best predictor variable, let's call it A. After that you will assign this A as a decision variable for the root nodes. Then for assigning as a decision variable for the root node, for each value of A, build a descendant of the node. Assign classification label as the leaf node, and if data is correctly, then stop, else iterate over the tree. If you want to stay connected and stay updated about the recent technology, then subscribe to our